If you're afraid to own a firearm because you have children in the house, this is the video for you. Here we have a product that keeps firearms away from your kids, but allows you to have quick access anytime. In my opinion, there are two different types of safes. There's the safes that you get for keeping your firearm protected from home invaders. These are usually really large safes, like I have one right here, and I keep most of my guns in there most of the time. The issue with most of these big safes is most of the time they're not something you can get into really quickly, but they're really good for home invasion type of scenarios where you're not home and you don't want someone gaining access to it. They're really heavy, like I think mine is 700 pounds. If someone wants to take that, they're gonna have to pull that 700 pounds and make their way out of here. And the other type of safes there are quick access safes that are more for home defense. They're not really to keep someone from breaking into them and getting your firearm whenever they're burglarizing your home. It's something like this. It will keep your kids out unless they take a little crowbar to it or something. But here's a safe. It's really light. I actually have it bolted down, which it comes with bolts to bolt it down. This is something, like I said, you can get to anytime. So if you're in the middle of the night or in the middle of the day and you hear something, you can just run up to it, put your finger here and open it and get access to your firearms so that you can quickly defend yourself. This safe here was sent to me. It was pretty simple to set up. It comes with a small book of instructions like everything else. It just basically goes over installing your batteries. It's powered by 4 AAA batteries. It teaches you the default password. It shows you how to mount it to something. It comes with 2 screws and 2 drywall anchors. It also teaches you about the mute function to it. Like you hear the beep whenever I usually press certain things. Like right now I'm typing in the code. And you hear the beeping as I press. There is a way to mute that if you don't want to hear the sound. It also tells you how to recognize when you have a low battery. Now, when you have a low battery in this thing, there's a white light in here illuminating your firearms. Whenever the battery is low, it says that that light will become orange. It goes over the alternate ways to opening up the safe also. There's a passcode. It teaches you how to set up your passcode, set up your fingerprints. You can only have one passcode. You can have multiple fingerprints. I have one passcode that me and my girl would remember. For you men out there, I would just recommend you put the passcode as your phone passcode because that's probably the one your girl's probably going to remember. But you can also have multiple fingerprints in here. I'm not sure how many. It doesn't clarify in this instruction manual. Me and my girl both have our fingerprint registered in here so we can get to it anytime. But the setup was pretty simple. It took me maybe 20 minutes to understand everything and get it all set up with the passcodes and the fingerprints. And it hasn't really failed as far as like me putting my fingerprint and it not wanting to open. I've been using it for a few weeks now and it had no issues with the passcode or the fingerprints. I'm actually pretty happy with this thing. Now, I'm a big fan of the big safes, the large safes that you can store multiple rifles in and stuff like that. And when I got that safe, I did a ton of research into what makes a good safe. For a lot of you guys, if you're getting those big safes, I'm telling you, just stay away from the ones from chain stores like Bass Pro Shop, Sportsman Warehouse, Walmart, anything like that. Honestly, like they have those safes out there, but if you do your research into them, they are really easy to get into with a crowbar. Do the research, figure out what makes a really good heavy duty safe and stick to that. Now, this is my first time getting into these small quick access safes and I really have to say I'm impressed by it. It was sent to me by BlackSmith, but honestly, this is a really good safe. Like, well, this is the only one I've owned, but the build quality feels great. Like I said, I don't think it's going to stop someone that really wants in on it, but to me, that's not the point. The point is to keep it safe for my little girl. All right, try to get into the safe. And from any kids that may come over and be wandering around the house for a home intruder, I mean, I think it's good for that because, you know, if you're sleeping with this inside your bed, your gun inside your bed, you don't want them to sneak in while you're sleeping and shoot you with your own gun. But like I said, build quality is really good if you ask me. If I had to rate this out of 5, I mean, I guess it could be a little more heavy duty as far as stopping crowbar entry and stuff like that. Since we're not really talking about that type of safe, I would give it a 4 out of 5. I haven't seen any part that felt cheaply made. I can't complain about anything that I think would give out after using it for years. I'm really impressed with this safe. I think it's pretty stout. Can't complain. The code works fine. The fingerprint works fine. and it works fine for me and my lady. Something we didn't talk about, when these batteries do die, there is 2 ways to get into this safe. So let's say it died while it was closed. There is a keyhole here. It comes with 2 keys. Insert the key and turn it, and that will open it. There's also a USB-C connector right here, and if you plug in one of those, it'll externally power the safe, and then you can type in the initial password again, because once it dies, it's gonna forget your passwords and you'll have to redo your passwords. To me, still not a big deal. My plan is gonna be when they die, or when I see them turn orange, the light turns orange, I'm gonna just take 4 new AAA batteries and take them out, put them in, and I think you have to reset the code right then and there, but I'll just do it right then and there. Also, something that may be a way to do it is when you see it orange, is take a USB-C connector, plug it in, and then remove the batteries and insert the new ones. And I'm assuming you will never lose your power, so you won't have to reset the code. I didn't think about that until just now. So it's my kind of deep dive on this BlackSmith safe. For anyone keeping their firearms in a side table on side of their bed, you should definitely reconsider and get something like this. 100%. This is worth it. You'll still have the quickest access to your firearm. I mean, imagine you're in the middle of the night and you lean over and you get this. That's all you need to do. And I mean, I actually trust it to do that. I highly recommend it if you don't have any type of safe whatsoever. And if you don't even have a gun and you're thinking about getting one, I highly recommend that you buy this the same day, or before you even get your firearm, so that you have something to safely store it. If you're thinking about a handgun safe, check out BlackSmith. They're on Amazon. The link is in the description and in the comments. Give them a look. They're really good. If you don't like them, well, fuck you then, punk. If you want to support my channel, check out my t-shirts. Link is also in the description and in the comment section.